I want to talk today about something that I think every one of us can relate to, and that is that we have these big plans for what we want to accomplish in our business, and we're tracking along, making progress, and then something happens. Either a key team member quits unexpectedly or becomes ill or incapacitated for an extended period of time, or maybe you have a family member who has a severe illness, or maybe it's something even bigger than that. Maybe it's something like the pandemic, which I think all of us can relate to. And when these things happen, it's tempting for us to put our goals aside and hunker down and just get our nose to the grindstone and just dive in and get busy and do whatever it is that we need to survive and keep the business going and keep things afloat to get through the current situation. So we go straight into survival mode and we drop our larger goals and our vision. And the lie that we tell ourselves is this is just for the time being. It's temporary. I'll get back to those other things later on. And I will tell you, having worked with so many business owners over the years, that it's never just a few weeks. It is often a significant setback for the business and the business owner, especially when they've been working intently towards a larger goal and building the business to be stronger. And so what I want to encourage you to think about is the next time you find yourself in that situation, or if you're in it currently, looking for the opportunity and multiple opportunities within the situation to make yourself and the business stronger. So if you're in coaching during a time like this, it's really tempting to say, you know what, I want to pause my coaching. And it's also a time where you may be tempted to say, you know, all those good things that I was doing to take care of myself, I'm going to put those on hold for now because, you know, the business needs me or my family member needs me. And I can get back to taking care of myself later. And we try to convince ourselves this is temporary, but these kinds of setbacks can set us back months or years in our businesses and in our lives. And the reality is that we can use these crises as opportunities to be better human beings ourselves, to learn about ourselves, and we can also use these as opportunities to strengthen our businesses. So let's take a couple of examples here, and I'll walk you through exactly what I mean. And a common example is a key employee quits during the height of your busy season. And this is someone that you rely on, and now you're getting pulled back into the day-to-day operations of the business. This, in and of itself, is a tremendous opportunity because if you're getting pulled back into doing something that you haven't done for a while and others have been doing it in the business, you're going to spot gaps in service delivery. You will see things that can be streamlined. You will see opportunities to serve your top clients better. But if you're hunkered down, nose to the grindstone, just getting in there and doing the things, you're going to miss these opportunities because you're just grinding it out to get the work done. So when you're working with us, like in our Better Business, Better Life program, and a crisis like this happens, we're going to be supporting you in capturing these opportunities and being aware to even look for them. And then instead of simply putting band-aids on the situation, we're going to support you in creating simple, sustainable solutions that address these situations at a deeper level to make the business stronger and to prevent crises like this in the future. So one opportunity in this is looking at speeding up how quickly you resolve the crisis and get back on track. Um, if you have struggled with hiring in the past and you've been in a place where you're just so grateful that you have the team members you have, and then you lose a key team member, you may be telling yourself, it's going to take me months to replace that person and get someone else up to speed. And all of that is inaccurate in your head, because when you're in that stressed place, you're likely to overlook and forget, hey, you've learned some new strategies for hiring that have worked better than what you experienced in the past. So how can you take what you've learned to hire A players and use that now to help you get the right A players on the team? But also, in terms of speeding up how quickly you resolve the crisis and get things back on track, paying attention to what you're telling yourself in your head about how long it would take to train other team members that you currently have to support you and get some of these things back off your plate. So you may be saying, oh, it's going to take months. And what I find is when we're coaching business owners in this situation, as we kind of walk them through the steps, usually they're overcomplicating it in their head because they're stressed. And when they realize, you know what, this is actually pretty easy. I think I could bring a couple of people up to speed pretty quickly to take some of these things off my plate. And so it's important to be asking yourself the questions of who are the A players on your team who can support you, who might step in and step up. And it might be an opportunity for one or more A players on your team to advance. And then how quickly can you get them trained so that they're self-sufficient? And what does self-sufficient even look like? Like, how will you know they're ready to go do things on their own and, get you back where you can go back to focusing on the higher level things in the business, which, by the way, all of these questions are powerful questions, and they're focusing you on the $10,000 an hour activities. And so if you're just in there doing the work, and you're not being asked these powerful questions and you're not having support to think these through, you're really missing a big opportunity to make the business stronger. And so once you identify, okay, I've got a couple of A players that I think I could move up and I need to get them trained and they need to be self-sufficient. Then once you've identified what self-sufficiency looks like in those particular roles, you're in a place to outline a training plan, to put target dates on key milestones and share it with the A players who are stepping up to help resolve the crisis. And one of the cool things is when you have a clear training plan and clear training milestones that you want your A players to achieve, and you give them dates, because they're A players, they usually want to achieve before those dates. So your A players will probably surprise you in what they're able to take on and accomplish for you, because they want to show you, I can do this. And so they may go even faster than you're expecting. And there's also opportunities for you to be doing some powerful reflecting for yourself on, what can you learn from this situation? What factors contributed to the team member departing? And how might you use that information to make your hiring process and your retention systems stronger in the future? I also get to thinking about what gaps existed in the business for a long time that you now have the opportunity to fill as you start hiring. So maybe you've been longing to fill a higher level position. The person on your team wasn't quite that person to go into that higher level position. But now maybe since they're no longer with you, you can actually fill that higher level position and get even more taken off your plate. But all of these questions tend to get overlooked if you just hunker down and try to get busy and, push through the situation. So this is really an invitation to you to think about, how do I take this? How do I turn this into an opportunity and stay focused on the vision and where we're trying to head with the business, and use everything that we do in this situation to make us stronger and move us faster toward that vision? So, on the other side of this, it may be something completely different. Maybe it's a personal crisis that is pulling your attention away from the business. So there's an opportunity here to ask yourself some powerful questions. What do you wish others on your team would be able to help you with? Like if you just find yourself wishing that you could just drop everything and go and help somebody in your life, what is it that you wish you could drop? And what is it that you're now afraid to drop because you don't have anybody to pick it up? What support do you need to be able to fully focus on personal matters for a while? Who on your team can you turn to right now and involve in problem solving to help you manage the situation? Like that, just asking yourself, who on my team can help me figure this out is pretty powerful. And when you're working like in our Better Business, Better Life program with us, we will be supporting you and asking these questions and helping you figure out where can you get the support that you need so that you can fully focus on your personal matters for a while. And then in your personal life, who can help you carry some of your personal load? What resources could you utilize for meal planning and preparation if that's something that you do and you need to get that off of you for a while? Who could help with household responsibilities, or how might those be divvied up among other family members so that it's not all on you? Or if you have to take kids to school and activities, who else in your personal life could help with that? So, most of us entrepreneurs are scrappy and we're really good at when something needs to be done. We'll just jump in there and do it ourselves. And that is our biggest Achilles heel, because that's just going to pull us off track and it's going to eat us up over time. And so I just want to share with you, whether it's a business crisis or a personal crisis, this is not the time, if you're in coaching, to pause coaching and try going it on your own. Or if you have been on your own and you say, I just need to get through this crisis before I start coaching. Actually, you need coaching during the crisis so that you can use the opportunities in the crisis to strengthen yourself and to strengthen the business. And really, it's the time you need coaching the most, because it's the time that you want to ensure you're not just slapping band-aids on a problem, or just trying to get through by doing things on your own. We learn that we have people around us who want to step up and support us. And time and again, I've seen people say, oh no, I've got this, I can manage. And the people when you do that, the people who want to support you and help you, you're actually depriving them an opportunity to share a gift with you. And so hold that in mind if you're tempted to just say, oh no, I got this, I can manage on my own. And it's also a time where you need accountability to stay focused on your vision as you're undertaking solving the current crisis. And it's a time when you really benefit from receiving input and perspective from other business owners. And that's so invaluable, to hear from other business owners that you're not alone in the situation, that they have been in similar situations, or they have a deep understanding of what led up to the current situation that you're in and how you could have gotten there, and really want to support you and see you get through on the other side of it. That kind of support is invaluable when you're in a place of crisis, because our research shows that so many of you feel like you're isolated and alone and no one really understands what you're going through. So that's bad enough on a day-to-day basis, but if you couple a severe crisis on top of that, that is a setup for burnout, depression, and other mental health problems, and problems in your relationships. So really look for the opportunities to let other business owners support you through this situation, so that you don't have that feeling that you're isolated and alone. And I also want you to know, this is not the time to pause your self-care or pull back from spending time with those you love. In fact, it's probably a time that you need to increase your self-care and spend more time with the people you love so that you are on stronger footing as you're addressing the crisis at hand. So if you start putting in longer hours and cutting back on sleep, you're much more likely to make mistakes and end up paying the dumb tax. And you're going to have oversights and things that you just don't even consider that'll come back and bite you later on. So this is a time where accountability for your self-care is critical, because we business owners are notorious for, I'm just going to get busy, dig in, and work as hard as I can to get through the situation. And then everything will be better on the other side. And then I'll get back to all that good self-care stuff and spending time with the people I care about. That does not work. This is the time where you really need their support and you need to be taking care of yourself. So the next time you find yourself in a crisis and getting pulled into the survival trap, I want to give you some powerful questions to ask yourself. What support do I need? What might I learn? What have I been tolerating to this point that set this crisis up to occur in the first place? What am I now willing to do differently to get out of the crisis that will make us stronger in the long run? How will I use this crisis to strengthen my business? And if this or something similar happens in the future, what systems do I need to put in place so that we recover from this crisis or another crisis like it more quickly in the future? And a final powerful question is, what opportunities are being created out of this crisis? This question really harkens back to COVID because I saw so many business owners pivoting and some pivoting really quickly and identifying other ways to do business and other problems that needed solving that they could solve. And it really set their businesses up to be much stronger in the long run. So when you find yourself in a crisis, start thinking about what opportunities are being created. What's possible? What can I do now that keeps me moving towards my vision? Or maybe what can I do now that will leapfrog me toward my vision? So I hope this has been helpful to you. If you feel like you could use some support in navigating the day-to-day challenges of your business or a crisis along with the day-to-day challenges of your business, know that we are here to help you at Tap the Potential. We support business owners in designing sustainably profitable businesses that give you more time for what matters most and more money in your bank account than ever. When you have a solid business, you are much more likely to weather these crises, and every crisis is an opportunity to make your business better. So if you'd like our support, just reach out. You can find us at tapthepotential.com and book a call with a member of our success team. We would love to talk to you about your current situation and look for how we might best support you. Bye for now.